Lead generation for accountants, a step-by-step guide to get new clients. I'm John from Bravo Global Staffing. I help business owners crush their goals with offshore staffing and lead generation education. So let's get into it. So this is our standard funnel. We can adjust it in a lot of different ways, but the backstory here is I've got a buddy who is a CPA, lifelong accountant, starting his own practice, and he's overwhelmed with the sales lead generation aspect of it. So this video is for him, but I think you can get some info too. Okay. All right. So usually it'd start top to bottom. I think we should start bottom to top a little bit here. So here is our standard funnel. I've got a buddy who's a CPA accountant trying to get started on his own. And I told him I'd make this video to help him think through it. And I think it could provide a lot of value for other people as well. Usually we go top to bottom. Here, I think we should start bottom to top and go like, hey, what are you offering first off? Okay, like what are you selling? Okay, what is your main offer? Okay, for my buddy, it is tax strategy, right? Like that's where his big ticket is. Okay. That's where he wants his business to grow, is tax strategy. Okay. Good to go. Love it. Okay. So what is some low ticket? Okay. Some lower ticket stuff is bookkeeping, right? He's had offshore virtual assistants before. He can have offshore bookkeepers. Okay. He knows how to do that. Payroll, right? Like that. Some higher ticket stuff might be main offer, low ticket. I don't know, but the fractional CFO. Okay. I know I'm not great at writing with this, but stick with me. Fractional CFO and then referral affiliate, right? Like maybe he creates something with me. We do offshore staffing. We call it Bravo Global Staffing. Maybe he pushes me affiliates and I give him a kick. Okay. So there we go. There's his funnel, right? When in doubt, ICP is definitely business owners, right? He's going to go to business owners and he's trying to talk to business owners about bookkeeping and payroll. That's what he does. Okay. It's an easier sell. He can get in there. He can get started. And then once he's in there, he can talk about fractional CFO. This doesn't really look like CFO. Let's make it look a little better. Fractional CFO, tax strategy, whatever. Okay. So now that we kind of understand this, let's go top to bottom. Let's see if I can get the highlighter. Okay. So now we go top to bottom. ICP, business owners. What business owners? Okay, he is here in Tampa, so I think you should focus on Tampa business owners. I like the Chamber of Commerce meetings. Okay, I like local Facebook groups. He also has some history in the restaurant industry, right? So I think going after restaurants, he's also got some connections there. I think going after restaurants could be really good. He also lives in a golfing community. Maybe he could talk to the golf course there. A lot of people in the golf course community are business owners, right? So talking in the local Facebook group would be well, or likely do well. Okay. All right. But let's talk about the 4 ways he can get leads. Okay. One-to-one warm outreach. Okay. He needs to reach out to every business owner he knows with a text message, a call, a phone number, and say, hey, I'm starting up this bookkeeping payroll service. Do you know anyone that might be able to use it? Right? He's got to get a bunch of no's. He's going to get a bunch of no replies. He might have significant emotional events, but he has to go through his phone and send a text message to every person and say, I'm starting a bookkeeping company. Do you know any companies that could use this? All right. That is step 1. Okay. Must be done. It's scary, but it must be done. Okay. So then cold outreach. Then what does he do? He's got to figure out how to start this cold outreach. What I would do if I were him is I would join the local Chamber of Commerce. There's like 5 of them in Hillsborough County. And I know one meets very close to where he lives. I would start with that one. I would go there. I would join. With that, you get the current members. You get all the businesses current member, and I would reach out to all of them. I would start with an email, right? Even though in reality you should start with a call. I know he probably wouldn't love calling right off the bat, so I would send him each an email, and then I would call him. Okay, you have to work that list. If that list is 100 businesses, you got to work that list and get through them. Okay, organic socials. He needs to start posting at least once a day that he's doing this, right? That he's starting a bookkeeping business. He's doing fractional CFO work. Every person he comes in contact has to be like, hey, did you see what this guy's doing now? Did you see he started his own thing? And as soon as you start doing it too much, as soon as you feel like, man, I can't go anymore, that's just the start. That's just the start when people are starting to hear you. So you got to do 10x, 100x, 1,000x more than you think. Okay. And then at some point we can do paid ads, right? If we're getting a little impatient, we can do paid ads. We can do local paid ads. What I recommend for the local paid ads for people is just the send a message, right? Like low friction, send a message. So the ad would be something like, hey, I'm John. I run a bookkeeping services for successful businesses in the Tampa Bay area. Send me a quick DM and I will send you, what am I going to send you? I'm going to send you a lead magnet, right? That's where we're going here. Okay. But that ad is how you start that off. So then lead magnet, right? Again, we want to push everyone to start to the bookkeeping and payroll, right? So you have to create a lead magnet. Let's make this a text, okay? Maybe I need to go move this over here a little bit, and let's go some lead magnet ideas, okay? Lead magnets, okay? So what are the biggest financial things that business owners are worried about, okay? Never miss or never screw up payroll again, right? So maybe that's like, it's like, let's go 7 steps, right? Like 7 steps to never screw up payroll again. Okay. Maybe the next one, for bookkeeping is, the ultimate bookkeeping checklist to make sure you're not paying too much in taxes. Okay. Ultimate. Right. Let me zoom in so you can see it better. Okay. And let's do 2 more. Okay. If it's payroll and bookkeeping, maybe we do another one for the fractional CFO. You go, the 10 reports a fractional CFO delivers to help business owners crush their goals. And then the final one is the tax strategy, right? I'd go case study. How we helped the CEO of a local car wash chain save over $100,000 in federal taxes last year. Okay. Something like that, right? So those are your lead magnets. You're going to test these, right? You don't know which one is going to work. Okay. But you're going to test these with all this, right? So your warm outreach, you're going to go to friends like, hey, I started a bookkeeping business. Can I send you can I send you some information, right? Like maybe that's the first ask. And then you send them 7 steps to never screw up payroll again, the ultimate or this is a different one, right? And then maybe you try the next one, the ultimate bookkeeping checklist to make sure you're paying too much. And what are these, right? Like, don't overcomplicate them. All these is a PDF, right? And you make the PDF so it's good, so people get value from it. But then at the end of the PDF, you say, hey, here's to make sure you never screw up payroll again. But we also offer payroll services that is an amazing value and blah, 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 blah. And you pitch your services. And at the end, you say, would you like to book a call? Right? That's how you go through that. All right. Here's the part no one likes to hear is you're going to do all of these things. Okay. And no one effing cares. No one's going to be like when you text people, they're not going to be like, so happy you texted me. I have been sitting at my desk just waiting for someone to text me about bookkeeping services, right? When you email a bunch of businesses, they're not going to be like, oh my gosh, I know we're losing $10,000 a month and you can solve my problems, right? Like I could keep making these jokes, right? But like no one cares. So what happens when you send them this? Nothing happens. No one cares. So then what do? You do this, okay? You put them in your CRM. Okay, like ultimately, this could be called kind of like your CRM. Okay, for now, just make it an Excel spreadsheet. And you make sure when someone gets in your CRM, they go, you friend them on Facebook. Okay, if my buddy that I'm talking to, maybe he uses Instagram. Yeah, I think he does use Instagram, right? I was going to say he just uses Facebook, but friend him on Facebook, connect with him on Instagram, try to get there. And then in your social media, you're going to talk about your services, right? So you're just going to keep reminding them. You're going to create a newsletter that goes out once or twice a week that says, it just backs up these lead magnets, right? That says like, hey, here's all this cool stuff you need to know. Then you're also going to pick some cadence to make sure you stay in touch with them, right? Like you're going to call them every 30 days. You're going to send them a text every 30 days. You're going to send an email every 30 days. You're going to send them a DM every 30 days, right? Or something like that, right? Like you're going to do one of these things at least every other week, okay? You have to. What is this going to do? This is going to build trust and authority, okay? And then like it's not really captured here, okay? But all of this down at the bottom, let's try to find a different page or a different color, okay? All of this stuff is what? All of this stuff is, let's go here. Can we get a different, let's go this. All of this is called a sales call. Okay. So your lead magnet is pushing them for a sales call. Your socials, right? Like you're going to go, trying to make this fit here. You're going to go, hey, I'm John. I do bookkeeping services. This is how we save people money. Oh, by the way, check the link in the description so we can book a call and I will give you free advice on how you can save so much money. Okay. That's your organic socials. Newsletters, same thing. You're going to add value so people read it, but at the bottom, you're going to be like, hey, when you're ready to quit, giving the federal government a bunch of money, hit me up. Calls, DMs, texts, you're going to say, hey, I had 3 appointments drop last minute. I now have some time Friday morning. You want to catch up and talk business? And I'll tell you what we got going on. No pressure. If it doesn't work, I just want to make sure you understand this new thing I get going on. Okay. So then you go like, okay, this is a lot, but this is overwhelming. What do you do? Okay. Where are the priorities? Okay, here are the priorities. Okay, a lot of people want to go like, hey, should I learn more about tax strategy? Should I learn more about what it's like to be a fractional CFO? Should I take a course, hire someone, create my SOP for bookkeeping payroll? Should I reach out to people about being an affiliate? No, don't do any of those things. All of like your service, you're an expert on. Okay. You're already an expert on the service. No BS. You know how to do this. Okay. So what about the middle? Should I work on my podcast or a newsletter or create my my brand, all this middle of funnel stuff. No, you shouldn't do any of that either. Okay. The only thing you're allowed to do if you are trying to do lead generation as an accountant, the only thing you're allowed to do to go from 0 to 1 is this stuff up here. That's it. That's all you are allowed to do. Have you texted everyone in your phone? If you haven't, you're not allowed to do anything else. Okay. Have you called everyone in your phone? Then you're not allowed to do anything else. Have you picked 100 local businesses and reached out to them through phone and email? Then you're not allowed to do anything else. Have you joined the local chamber of commerce and are you going to meetings and handing out business cards? And after each one of those meetings, are you emailing every single business? Are you calling every single business? Then you're not allowed to do anything else. Are you talking on your social media every day about your business? If you're talking about your business every day and saying, hey, click the link below or click the link in the description to book a call, you're good, right? Are you saying like, hey, I can afford $30 a day for paid ads? If you're not doing those things, right? So if you haven't hit everyone in your phone, if you're not part of the Chamber of Commerce and you're not hitting those people up every day, and you're not posting on socials every day, and you're not putting $30 a day, $10 a day towards ads, then you're not allowed to do anything else. This is the only thing that matters, right? And what this is going to help you do is go from 0 to 1. That's the hardest step as a business owner, as Peter Thiel said, right? From 0 to 1, you have to get a paying customer. When someone says, yes, I'm ready, then execute the sales call. Fake it till you make it. Do whatever you got to do to lock them in for bookkeeping, payroll, or lock them in as a fractional CFO, or lock them in for tax strategy, and then you will figure out the delivery. Okay. But most accountants are not going to screw up with the delivery of accounting things. They are going to screw up with lead generation. So that's what you have to focus on. Thanks for watching. I'm John. We offer offshore staffing support through our company, Bravo Global Staffing. We also have a school group that is all about lead generation, where we talk about this all day, every day. And then we also do lead gen consulting. So hit me up if you're interested in any of those things. Thanks for watching.